on Echo FM 100.7 right here in the city of Owerri. Wow, it's another really, really beautiful week. Thank God today is not a rainy day, it's not a hot day either. For now, we are enjoying the clement weather. Everybody, welcome aboard to the People's Program. It is Straight Talk Live on Echo FM 100.7. How in a day this week? I hope you had a beautiful weekend. Of course, you know, today is the first day in the week. It's Monday. Usually on Monday, we try to go over what has transpired in the week from Friday, Saturday, and then Sunday. Today, on the show, we will be taking a look at the state of the nation. The state of the nation, from everything that has been going on politically, and of course, much ado about the insecurity. What exactly is going on? Well, the good news is that 360 kidnapped victims in Borno State have been released. They have been rescued by the Joint Task Force of the military and the Nigerian police, and that is a good news. We want to start with that. Thank God for their lives, and they have regained their freedom. The families can now rest. The issue is we don't know if any ransom was paid or they were released militarily. Well, the Nigerian armed forces keep saying that the dangerous terrain and the tough terrain, a mountainous area, and the safety of the kidnapped victims is what is stalling them from marching in there and rescuing them. You recall that videos were circulating when these people were threatening to kill the abductees if the military tries to forcefully rescue them. But they are making series of demands. Part of the demands include 100 billion naira, 2 Hilux vehicles, about 25 machines and all that crazy demands they're making. And it's release. Most annoying one is the release of all their commanders and members of their terrorist group that have been captured by the Nigerian army and police, that they should be released. And hell no, the Nigerian army and the Nigerian government has not given in to that. But still, talks are ongoing before the 46 people kidnapped in Oyo will be released. And of course, those kidnapped from Borno State. But thank God we're hearing 360 Nigerians, can you imagine the number, have been rescued from the clutches of near-death situations. Again, you see circulating videos of a former APC chairman in Kebbi State that was kidnapped alongside some other elders sitting on the floor in the forest, being given scripts to write, and they're begging and pleading to be rescued. An APC chairman. So there's nobody that is safe. If the APC chairman in Kebbi State, former chairman, can be kidnapped, who is free, who can go scot-free from these hands of these daredevils? So a lot of things are going on in the state of the nation. Okay, so we also have some, well, interestingly, in Oyo State, is it Oyo? Yeah, in Oyo State, where some hunters captured some terrorists. One of them, the video, he has been circulating on social media as a terrorist, and then he will now come into the street dressed well and look like he's a normal human being. They put 2 of his pictures, one as a terrorist and one as a normal human being. Fine young man, but now he's terrorizing them. Now we are seeing terrorists brandishing. The other one, another video circulated on this young terrorist who used his own charms. He hung on his neck and shot himself, and nothing happened, spreading fear that nothing mega. So in the southwest, they have resorted to the old method of war, where hunters and the people of Shango and the rest of them are now immobilizing these terrorists. According to the stories we're hearing, the terrorists were, they couldn't move. They just give them, they invoke one of those their incantations, and those guys were like immobilized. They can't move. Their machines could not move. Their guns could not crack. And they just stood there. They come and took them like little children who were tied to a pole. I mean, do you subscribe to that? I don't know what to call that. That's African juju or what? But that's exactly the stories as they come up. So today we'll look at the state of the nation. But critically, on a rather very, very sad note, we had the FCT minister make some comments that Nigerians are really going gaga with, where he was comparing why is it that people are making a lot of noise, people are protesting because Oyo people's children have been kidnapped. When people were kidnapped in Abuja, nobody came out to protest and all that. Why are they politicizing it? Mean these are little children. 2 years, 3 years, were kidnapped from a nursery and primary school. And Wike is talking about people that were kidnapped in Abuja and all that, saying they shouldn't politicize it, making politics out of what he's saying they shouldn't politicize. I mean, I don't get it, but that's exactly the kind of leaders we have. So many things are going on in our country. Furthermore, yeah, on a rather beautiful note now, Nigerians have been asking for a reduction in the cost of governance, in the serious cost of governance. Yeah, of course, a high court has declared that the money, about 110 billion, that was spent in buying SUV cars. All the remember 163 million naira cars we used to buy for House of Rep and senators and the rest of them, they have declared it illegal. Yes, Serap went to court and they got that judgment over the weekend, and it's been social media has been set ablaze. So what will happen to the ministers? Imagine, and other expenses they put to themselves. How on earth do you buy a car and they still give them money to maintain the car from taxpayers' money? So the court has said it's illegal. Are they going to go and appeal? Well, let's see who appeals that judgment, and then we're going to know who wanted to chop Nigerian money. So many things went on during the weekend. So we're going to be trying to touchlight all of them. You can have your say on any of these in the when we open up the phone lines, because it is the state of the nation. Politically, we are still taking a look at everybody go and get your PVC. Go and register. These are the comments and these are the things. Also, on a very beautiful note, the sister to the former minister, Delabu, has been released with the twin boys. They have been released. Well, that is also good news on the part of our security operatives. So, Nigerians are now saying, okay, since the former minister now, sharp, 2 days, they don't release them. The children are now going to 24 days in captivity and no release. And they're telling us that it is the top terrain and, of course, the fear of killing these hostages that is making them not to storm in and release these people. So, what do you make of that? Now, on a very serious note, a man came out on national television saying that people were kidnapped and they donated money to go and release this young man that was kidnapped. Only for them, on their way going, they had about 3 to 4 different checkpoints on the way. From the ransom money, these people on the military on the checkpoint were taking their own bribe before these people will pass. And they say, if you get there, tell them we collected the money. The ransom money, I think that was about 10 million or so. They were reducing the money from the ransom money and all that. So when I saw that video, I was like, really? This is going on? So not only that these people know where these guys are, or they know who they are taking money from ransom on checkpoints leading to where these people are going to drop the ransom money paid for the release of the abductees. Oh, me trouble. That is the most bizarre thing over the weekend I saw, and I said we're going to share it today on the radio. So, insecurity. How is this happening in this country? Now, with every day we hear different leaks of things that are going on concerning our security personnel and security architecture. I don't know. When I saw that video, I was like, for real? Is this real or AI? But it seems real. So I just want to bring it up for us to have a conversation on this. Police or military people on checkpoints where you're going to drop a ransom. And they are taking part of the ransom and say, if you get there, tell them we collected it. What does that mean? What can you phantom from that? Anyway, I'll let you have your comments on that particular one. This is the State of the Nation, live on Echo FM 100.7 with the Radio Marshal. Barry Cosmos, One on radio. Welcome aboard to Straight Talk. Don't touch that dial. We are going to go take a look at what the papers are saying this morning, this very beautiful Monday morning. Welcome aboard. Call your friends, call your enemies. It's time for the main event on radio. And of course, some of our headlines are stories we have brought to you this morning. Let's start up with the 110 billion allocation by the National Assembly meant for vehicles and allowances vote. They have voted for themselves. Lawmakers made this by themselves, voted for the money by themselves, and they spend the money by themselves using Nigerian taxpayers' money to the tune of 110 billion naira in expenditure. Now, the Tinubu administration has been priding himself in the student loan. Yes, the student loan scheme. How much was the total budget of the student loan scheme? That is what I just kept asking myself when I saw this video. This news, 110 billion naira. How much was voted for the students' loan scheme of the present administration? Well, a federal high court in Lagos has declared unlawful the National Assembly's controversial 110 billion naira expenditure on vehicles and allowances for lawmakers, holding that the spending violated procurement laws, constitutional obligations, and the public trust. Well, in a judgment delivered on May 6, 2026, Justice Yelim Bogoro ruled that the planned expenditure of 40 billion naira for the procurement of 465 vehicles for members of the National Assembly and 70 billion naira in support allowances for newly elected lawmakers breached the provisions of the Public Procurement Act, the Code of Conduct for Public Officers, and the oath of office prescribed by the Constitution. Well, according to the Punch newspaper, it was instituted by the Socioeconomic Right and Accountability Project against Senate President Godswill Akpabio and the Speaker of the House of Representatives, Tajuddin Abbas, on behalf of members of both chambers. While Justice Bogoro also directed Akpabio and Abbas to ensure that all future procurement and expenditure of public funds by the National Assembly strictly comply with due process requirements and are guided by transparency, accountability, and value for money. Now, that is what the judge said, Yelim Bogoro. Congratulations to the Nigerian, a bell of blessing to the Nigerian judiciary. Every time we start and yap them, but this time around, I think they have just done something the public have been crying over. Imagine, every year, 110 billion of public money meant for vehicles, 70 billion is meant for them to just, new lawmakers, what they just elect, they carried 70 billion share give them as support fund. Support for what? Anyway, let me get your comments on that one. And that's the first story we want to share this morning. And it's something very, very funny. States rush to deploy forest guards as insecurity deepens. Yes, it's become another new pattern. The federal government employed 1,000 forest guards for the Oyo State massacre. Now, my problem is not about this forest guard. Who are you employing into the forest guard? That's number one. How many of them have been trained? When you rush to employ people because of insecurity, what training did you give to them? What weapons are you giving to them to go and fight terrorists? Is this another way of just giving people jobs or just doing surface area? Are they really there? Have they really been employed? Or is one of those government abracadabra we see on the pages of newspapers and on the social media and television? So we hope that these states that are rushing to deploy forest guards, I hope they are being equipped. I hope they are being paid. I hope it is real. It is not something that we want to see and then it becomes, oh, Shebe, hey, we don't need that. All right, so, well, I don't know what you make of that story. You can also say your mind when we open up the phone lines. Peter Obi condemns ethnic profiling, says crime has no tribe, which is a very wonderful thing to see. But in Nigeria, as beautiful as it sounds, now, Peter Obi says the presidential candidate of the Nigeria Democratic Congress, Peter Obi, has cautioned against the growing trend of linking criminal activities to ethnic groups, describing such narratives as divisive and harmful to national unity. True? Well, very true. He said in a post he issued on his verified X handle on Monday, Obi said Nigerians should resist the temptation to judge entire communities by the actions of a few criminals, stressing that crime has no ethnic identity. As an Igbo man, I have endured stereotypes, judgments, and labeling solely based on my ethnic origins. This is not an isolated Igbo experience. Most Nigerians have, at some point, been reduced to their ethnicity rather than recognized for their true character. That is the message, according to Peter Obi. Well, critics have come jumping on this story saying Peter Obi is looking to do everything to say the right thing so Northerners go feel like see the one, but that he's trying to kiss or smooth, or I don't know, I don't want to use a foul language, trying to buy into the Northern, especially the Fulani and Hausas and all this craziness they are saying. But what is he's saying? Everything is turned into politics. What he has said is the outright truth. Because when you come from the minority, everybody profile you based on that. Remember, before, if you see an Igbo man, they just say all of them are thieves because they like money. Why you are a very good person, they just label you as a thief because they say Igbo men, they do wayo for market. But how true is that? So this is not just about Fulani being labeled. There are very wonderful Fulani people that have no business with terrorism. But if you take a look at what they do in the North, when you talk about one bad person, they will now generalize it and say, you are attacking this person, you are attacking the North. You are attacking the Fulani. You are attacking everybody. That is not so. Now, remember the Kachala issue between the former Malami, is it Malami? No, Babachir Lawal and Atiku, this Kachala and the rest of them. It has become a war of words. He has released Kachala Part 2. The first Kachala was that Atiku was heaven and earth in terms of the wrong things. And now he is releasing Part 2. Atiku's media aides have also fired back. And now he is telling them, if you think I said one thing about this man and you say it's entire Fulani I'm talking to, it means since Toji Bello is a terrorist, it means all of you are terrorists. So it's just funny. Because every day they play politics with everything. And this is how we just politicize every little thing that's supposed to be individualistic, but at the end of the day, it's a collective. Too bad. Too bad. All right. Moving on, what do you make of Peter Obi's comments on that particular one? Some people are saying it should reduce making such comment. Well, Atiku hails rescue of 360 Boko Haram captives in Borno State. FG slashes ministers' impress to 700,000 naira. Away. Well, according to the story, the federal government has introduced fresh measures aimed at strengthening financial discipline across ministries, departments, and agencies by placing new limits on reimbursable interest and tightening oversight of public funds. The new directives are contained in the 2026 Annual General Interest warrant signed by the Minister of Finance and Coordinating Minister of the Economy, Taiwo Yedele, and conveyed through a federal treasury circular issued by the Office of the Accountant General of the Federation. The circular dated June 3rd, 2026 and signed by the Accountant General of the Federation. All right, great. That's great news to hear. But how through will the workability be? Well, Nnamdi Kanu IPOB queries conviction after FG cross appeal. Well, recall that the lawyers of Nnamdi Kanu has since gone on appeal at the appeal court for his life sentencing. Well, the indigenous people of Biafra has claimed that the federal government cross appeal in the case involving its leader, Nnamdi Kanu, has weakened the legal basis of his conviction and raised fundamental questions about the jurisdiction of the trial court. In a statement released on Sunday by its spokesperson, Ima Powerful, the separatist group argued that issues raised in the appeal process could have far-reaching implications not only for Kanu's case, but also for the credibility of Nigerian criminal justice system. IPOB alleged that the federal government, through its cross-appeal, effectively acknowledged that the trial court lacked jurisdiction in aspect of the sentencing process, a development, it said, undermined the validity of the conviction. According to the group, jurisdiction is the foundation of every criminal proceedings and cannot be separated into the different stages of a trial. Well, they are still saying, show me the law for which you're convicting and trying me. So they don't have jurisdiction to try him. That's what IPOB is saying. Now, I don't know how the legal process works. There is a conviction. The convicted fellow should appeal the judgment. The federal government that got the judgment is cross-appealing. I don't understand that. Please, if you're a legal luminary, please explain that for me. That is one area I am so daft to it. I don't understand how that works, but the process is that the Nnamdi Kanu lawyers have appealed. Federal government lawyers went to cross-appeal a judgment they got. I don't understand. Are they appealing that the sentenced person does not have the right to appeal? I don't get it. So please, somebody make it make sense to me and the listeners on this program. So everybody, that's the latest on that particular story. Furthermore, on that story, there are speculations on social media. Of course, you know, social media news cannot be taken wholeheartedly, that the UN 60 days ultimatum given to Nigeria to open the gates for Nnamdi Kanu to come out. And of course, they want to take it as an international case. Nigerian government did not adhere to the UN. Now they have, the 60 days have passed and the UN is swinging into action as a law compliance issue has been listed on Nigerian government. Well, they say that is causing a lot of ripples. I am not too sure of that particular information. So everybody, you got to verify before you take it hook, line, and sink. I just needed to mention it since we're talking about this. But definitely, I don't understand what it means by cross appealing a judgment that you got. Imagine that I have a case with DJ Mafking. DJ Mafking won. I went to court and appealed the judgment against me. DJ Mafking went to court and cross-appealed that I should not appeal. I don't understand. Can somebody help me make sense on that? All right, so that's the much we'll be taking from the Punch newspaper. Let's head on to the Daily Post newspaper. Education key to defeating banditry terrorism in Nigeria. That's coming from Governor Sani and Defense Minister and Khan. Education is the key. So why do you deny it? Well, 2027, elected officials must consult party before major decisions. This is coming from NDC. Are you serious? Well, NDC says they are not special purpose vehicle. That if you're not a member or you just came in, you want to grab NDC ticket, go and contest, blow under the wave of the obedient movement, just like what happened in 2023, foul. So that's why those people crying foul, Emeka Ike and the rest of them crying foul. Hey, even Aisha Yusuf of all people, they say no, there's not a special purpose vehicle. You need to do your grassroots and mobilize, contest, and win. If you don't win, go cry somewhere else. That's what they're telling you. If you want to leave, you are free to get the hell out. That is what NDC is telling people. Oh, me, Tabo. These guys are spoiling for war. And they're saying hell no to anybody who is making noise. Their primaries have been conducted. There was also a report that Peter Obi was very angry the fact that his brand has been tainted by the primaries of the NDC. where so many abnormalities have been reported by so many people. The biggest one happened here in Imo State, in the NDC, where 6 o'clock, people never even come to say they don't finish primary. My God, politicians will never cease to amaze me. Dele Momodu shares campaign poster projecting him as Atiku's 27 running mate. No wonder you have been supporting. He has been supporting Atiku like there's no tomorrow. Dele Momodu also says Atiku is the biggest threat to Tinubu's job, that Peter Obi is not a factor in the election. Can you imagine Dele Momodu? Well, we understand. These are the people who are saying, let's go to primary, let's go to primaries, because they knew they were going to win. Peter Obi just jackpa left them and went there. They are all going into the battle. A repeat of the 2023 election. But this time around, Obi just got stronger with the addition of Kwankwasia to his obedient movement. So we have the OK movement now, not just Obiben, not just Kwankwashia. We have the Kwankwashia Obi movement known as the OK movement. Are you okay? Well, only people who are okay will respond. If you're not okay, forget about it. 2027, Battle of Titans. Atiku Tinubu's biggest challenger. That is Dele Momodu speaking. And Odigio Yegun cries out over rising political defections. Yeah, very soon they also put law by the National Assembly. If you join party, don't join. You must stay there for like 10 years before you go defect. That would be very, very nice. It would be very, very beautiful. When I just make law of defection. You cannot defect from this party to this party till after 10 years. Kai, APC goes smile to the back. Okay. Well, let's run one more paper before I open up the phone lines. We have this other one. Why cooking gas will remain scarce and expensive? It is on the Vanguard newspaper. You go check it up. So despite holding Africa's largest proven gas reserves and recording rising gas production, household and industrial consumers are now faced with significant shortages of liquefied petroleum gas, LPG, also known as the cooking gas. Cooking gas now done nearly reach 2,000 per kilogram. All right. The big story on the Vanguard here is that Iyabo Obasanjo, hey, he don't say APC, come on, I don't want to again. I don't tire. Iyabo Obasanjo dumps APC and cites disrespect and maltreatment by party leadership. Iyabo, Papa Iyabo, don't tell him to come up for APC. Papa Iyabo handed this thing. Anyway, Iyabo Obasanjo, the daughter of former President Olusegun Obasanjo, has dumped the APC. And she's citing disrespect. Hey, how can you disrespect me? I am leaving. So where are you leaving to? We wait and see where it is now going to fall. Stop scaring travelers from Plateau. Group tells Dalong. Solomon Dalong has been scaring everybody according to why it did. Why I kept my daughter private for 2 years. Aduni Ade. That is on the entertainment news. And of course, for the football lovers of Real Madrid, hey, Hala Madrid, Hala Madrid. Perez has been re-elected. Florentino Perez has been re-elected as Real Madrid president, paving the way for Jose Mourinho's return. Oh, Jose Mourinho. Mourinho is back to La Liga to cause a lot of controversy. Man, missing Ronaldo. Mourinho, I've been missing that man. He needs to come back to where we're going to see him every week. Not be where he go play. We're going to hear his name. We're going to see him. Xenophobic attacks. Nigerian reschedules airlifting of citizens willing to leave South Africa. I bet when I come back, we don't tire to the here. Say they don't kill enough. On that note, let's open up the phone lines for you to holler. 0911 20,022 or 0707 454 1014. Send us an SMS or send us a WhatsApp message to 0707 491 3438. I take that again, 0707 491 3438. Phone lines officially open. Who they? Welcome aboard.
Good morning.
Yeah. That sounds like the Radio General. It's been a while.
I am indeed.
Welcome, Oga. Yes, sir.
Yes, I want to talk about insecurity in the country. It's no longer funny.
Okay.
And there's something about it. Senator Abalide wrote concerning security in the Southeast. Simply that everybody should wake up and then arm himself and defend himself. In fact, I believe that what we said this morning is the ultimate.
Okay. Hello. Oops. Can't get you. Can't hear you again. The Radio General. Please do call us back if you can. Hello. Good morning.
Good morning.
I greet you at Abuja.
This is Abuja. Yes, Abuja direct.
All right.
Calling from Naked.
Carigo, how you doing this morning?
Yeah, I'm very beautiful indeed. The Lord is good.
Okay.
For somebody to say that Atiku is the major challenger to Tinubu when Obi is there is a big lie. Tinubu, Atiku is no person to compare with Obi. Obi, Tinubu himself is not afraid of Atiku. He's afraid of Tinubu. Do you know that?
Okay.
Tinubu is afraid of Obi because even this one he's occupying now, he knows very well that Obi won that election. But the INEC and the judiciary maneuvered manipulated on everything and turned it down. Then, on this insecurity and this thing they are saying, the Nigerian government has officially accepted that they have failed woefully. They don't know anything again to do to fight insecurity because they are the sponsors of all these things. The Nigerian government is the sponsors of all these things because it increases their security votes. Because of that, the more they sponsor it, the more their security vote increases. So that is what we are facing. But God is on our side. Let us still pray that God will still answer our prayers. Thank you and God bless you.
Thank you very much, Abuja. Let's go straight and take more calls. Keep the calls coming. 0911 20,022. Who them a line?
Hello, good morning.
I greet you.
It's Victor that is talking.
Okay.
Are you hearing me?
Yeah, Victor, I can hear you. Go ahead.
I'm calling from Imo Housing. What I want to talk about is insecurity, the aspect of insecurity.
Okay.
Why is it that if our students or children want to go to school, they will be, adopting them here and there. If they don't want us to go to school, they should tell us what to do now. Because you cannot tell me that somebody will be in school. Okay, look at what happened in the morning. They said that one radio station read it in one of the newspapers that there is a planned terror attack that they want to prepare a planned terror attack at UNE, University of Nigeria. So what are they trying to tell us? So if I should say, let us abandon the Southeast governors. Let the youths to go after these terrorists. These people they are normal human beings. And we have these, what is it called? Local shrines. Well, the ones that our forefathers used. If those local shrines are hearing, let them go back to those local shrines and use the native doctors and do what they will do. If by the time they do it, these people will leave.
All right. Thank you. Thank you very, very much.
That's my own. That's
all
my
right.
own.
Hello. Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning to you.
God bless you, my brother.
Welcome aboard. No wala.
Okay. My name is Anin, calling you from Okurata and Owerri North local government in Imo State. Thank you. Some people say that Atiku is a threat to Tinubu. Sometimes there are some people free to talk what they want, but we know that Peter Obi is a threat to APC. Who everybody. But the problem of Nigeria is a judiciary. I always say it, I will say it tomorrow. I want to just give you this example so that later you know that someone will call you and say about it. You know what is going on in the Imo State judiciary now? As my brother yesterday they said the NJC asked them to send the right person name. You know that they now send the person that is sick more than 2 years, judge, and send it. 4 or 3 person to the normal person. The person that sees that assistant, they do put the name. The problem is coming to Nigeria, is coming to Imo State. These politicians, I know that one day God will solve them because they are the problem of this country.
All right, thank you very, very much. All right, in Imo State here, good news for Imo State because the Imo State government has signed a historic MOU to upgrade the General Hospital Okigwe to a federal medical center. Well, in a landmark move aimed at strengthening healthcare delivery and expanding access to specialist medical services, the Federal Ministry of Health and Social Welfare has signed a memorandum of understanding with the Imo State government for the takeover and upgrade of the General Hospital Okigwe to a federal medical center. Speaking at the ceremony held on June 3rd, 2026 in Owerri, the Honorable Minister of State for Health and Social Welfare, Dr. Isaac Adekunle Salako, commended the governor of Imo State, Governor Hope Uzodinma, for prioritizing healthcare development and positioning the state as one of the leading performers in Nigeria's health sector. Kudos to His Excellency Governor Hope Uzodinma. It's not a mean feat to achieve because in Imo State here, we have only one FMC. Something happened, FMC. And you know, say, Rush, go FMC. Everybody is coming from everywhere to FMC. Now, if there is another FMC at Okigwe zone, it's a great thing for Imo Light. Say, please, everybody, a bell of blessing. So Governor Hope Uzodinma and his cabinet. All right, I won't break my phone here because I want to ring back for Governor. All right, thank you very much, Your Excellency, for that beautiful one. It is always a pleasure to have good news, at least today. I don't know giving a good news this morning, Abi, and not on a Monday. Good morning.
Hello, Barry. Good morning.
The senior citizen Mazuzama is in the building. Welcome aboard, sire.
Thank you so much, Barry.
Yes.
You read something about, is it 200 or 100 or 300 or 500 billion naira?
110 billion.
Yes, for buying vehicles for members of the
National Assembly.
Federal Legislature.
Yes, sir.
They can answer any name. And you are talking of cost of governance. Barry, how many times have I asked you, what does it cost the government of Nigeria to run Nigeria? This is the one of the National Assembly. What of the ones of the SAs and the SSSA and AASS and all of them? What I'm saying in essence is this. So much money is being drained up without the people benefiting. But can you touch any project? Last year, the budget for health was 218 billion or so, and less than 40 billion was released. Do you understand? I mean, the ones they have published.
Yeah.
How are the people of Nigeria benefiting from the wealth of Nigeria? It's amazing. Yeah. How are you, personally, how are you benefiting from the wealth of Nigeria?
Right.
Let's stop talking politics about anything. You talk of insecurity instead of talking of terrorism. It's not about insecurity, it's about terrorism. Insecurity can mean that some pickpockets are everywhere and so on. But this is terrorism, where human beings kill human beings in Nigeria outside the provisions of the law.
Yeah.
And people are pretending that, insecurity, somebody kicks somebody on the anus and so on. Is that what we are talking about? We're talking of terrorism. Barry, the other day I spoke on another radio station, and the gentleman there said, terrorist act. I asked him, as a journalist, where have you seen the law against terrorism and so on implemented? How many people have been charged with terrorism, with the offense of terrorism, or any aspect of terrorism? How many? But how many convictions have you got?
No.
Shall we say that the Attorney General of the Federation of Nigeria and the Ministry of Justice, particularly the prosecution arm of the Federal Ministry of Justice, that they are not aware that they have a job to do in prosecuting terrorists? Terrorists have been arrested. How many of them have been sentenced? Very good morning. You say you are giving us good news. I don't know why you brought up the fact that some people are claiming money because they sit in air-conditioned halls and say something about something.
Okay.
Good morning, Barry.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you very much, sir. Well, the good news is that we have a FMC in Okigwe now, which is great. It has been upgraded. It's an MOU, but definitely has not been upgraded yet, but they said it's going to be upgraded. That's a good news. Don't you think so, Sire? Good morning.
Good morning, Barry Cosmos.
Thank you very much. Welcome aboard.
My name is Prince Udogo Dagba. This morning I'm calling from Were. What I want to talk about is the cross appeal that the federal government just did against Mazina Ducano.
Okay.
I wish legal practitioners would just come up to enlighten us. But from my own understanding, I think one can only cross appeal when he or she feels dissatisfied with the judgment of the lower court, either that went in his or her favor or against him. So in this case, I think federal government, their only reason for cross-appealing that judgment or cross-appealing the appeal of Mazin Nnamdi Kanu is to get the maximum sentence for terrorism, which they sought in the High Court. But Omotosho, in his own wisdom, gave Nnamdi Kanu life sentence instead of death penalty that the prosecution.
Hello?
The federal government was pursuing. Now, federal government is saying, we are not satisfied with the judgment of the lower court. That is the reason, I think that is their reason for cross-appealing, so that they will get maximum sentence, which is death penalty. But then, there is one important issue, which Mazin Nnamdi Kanu have been arguing, that jurisdiction issue. So, that brought us to another legal battle again. Does they have, the Federal High Court have jurisdiction to try Mazin Nnamdi Kanu in the first place? Thank you and God bless you.
Thank you very, very much. God bless you for your contribution. Hello, good morning.
Good morning, my very good friend, Mr. Barry. How are you doing this morning?
I'm very fine. Thank you. Welcome aboard. Emma Submission.
Thank you, Olumbi Onyeze Ezelobo. Barry, on the issue of Okigwe having Federal Medical Center, I thank the governor, but let him still remember Abo General Hospital to also convert it to either to fortify it to specialist hospital also, or to make it a Federal Medical Center that will serve the people of Mbise, Ngobala, Mbano, and the Kedru in general, and the Owerri in general. It will help us so much. On the issue of Mazin Nnamdi Kanu's case, my brother has said it all. And let me tell us why I feel that the federal government is cross-appealing is because they know that the appeal court before now have already trashed the matter, told the government of Nigeria to take Mazin Nnamdi Kanu back to Kenya where they brought him up from, that they kidnapped him, that their Dixon doesn't serve any Dixon in kidnapping Mazin Nnamdi Kanu. So for them now going to appeal, for Mazin Nnamdi Kanu going to appeal court, and they are trashing they are appealing the matter. They know that when Mazin Nnamdi Kanu goes to appeal court, the judges there will trash the matter and they tell Mazin Nnamdi Kanu to go na Ibama here. Thank you and God bless you.
All right, thank you very much. If you're just joining us, you are live on Echo FM. Good morning. Who did here? Hello. All right. Good morning.
Yeah, good morning, Mr. Cosmos.
Hey, I'm my man. Welcome aboard.
Yeah, thank you very much. Happy Monday.
Happy Monday to you.
Mr. Cosmos, before I go on, let me ask this question. Which court entertains cross appeal? High Court or Appeal Court?
It's Appeal Court.
Okay. You see, bandits in Nigeria You said they are demanding 2 Hilux vehicles, 1 billion naira.
100 billion. Yes.
Okay, 100 billion.
Yes.
Naira. Okay, release of their held commanders.
And their
and implementation of Sharia laws.
Yes.
Yeah, you see, these people are gradually creating a parallel government against the existing government of Tinubu. And the Tinubu is doing nothing about it. Before you know it, these people will take over the whole Nigeria and take over the government of Tinubu. So it's very appalling, and all of us are keeping quiet. The truth is that these people are trying to, stage coup against an illegitimate, in quote, of government of Tinubu. It's very bad, and something must be done about it. Thank you, Amma, from Uche Street.
Thank you very, very much. All right, welcome aboard. Today, we are still in the newspaper review, and if you have any comment to say it now. Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Yeah, this is Honorable Pascal calling from Aforola.
Okay.
Yeah, please, I want to say about Boko Haram and the bandits that they are kidnapping people around. But I thank the soldiers that are cooperating into it and they release the people that they kidnap.
Okay.
If they are doing those things, we'll be happy and we'll be praising them. Because I see it before in the US and other areas, before you see soldiers, it will be hard. But if there is anything that, those things that happen, that will be time they will release soldiers to go and do one or two. I don't know why Nigeria is doing the way that they are doing, because we don't have law. Because everybody wants to put his own law. And the law they made here is for poor masses, because of, they did it because of poor masses. But if there is, if those that are putting that law commit against that law, they will not prosecute them. See how they are doing in Nnamdi Kanu. These people now that are doing these things, you see that those things that they are doing bigger than what Nnamdi Kanu did. What Nnamdi Kanu did, we don't know.
Thank you.
Let them tell us.
Thank you, my brother. Thank you very, very much. Okay, if you're just joining us, let's take some messages right now. We start with Dr. Mrs. Ulebara from Owerri. It says every new day comes with bizarre, scaring, terrifying news and hopelessness. Left, right, and center. We are surrounded by insecurity and our hearts keep pounding against our ribs. Fear has gripped the land, and I ask, Quo vadis, where do we go from here? We are all living in fear, uncertainty, and apprehension as no one knows what will happen next. We now sleep with both eyes open. May God save his children as our leaders have failed in their primary responsibility of protecting life and property. Thank you very much. Ifeanyi Ejim Konye is up next. Okay. It says, court declaring National Assembly's 110 billion naira SUV and allowance scheme unlawful is a very welcome development. But the question is, do they obey court orders here in this country, because Nigerian law is meant for only the masses to abide? I think Senate should be scrapped completely if possible, because they are there only to enrich themselves. Their family members always making a law that's favoring them. And so far the masses they are representing and also don't care about people in their various constituencies, whether they are dying or not. And it's quite unfortunate and so sad that both Senate and Legislative are not helping matters to make Nigeria a better country and make a law that will be favoring the masses. Thank you very, very much. We also have this one from, okay, I said, distinguished Barry Cosmos, Happy New Week. Hope you had a peaceful weekend. Yeah, I did, very peaceful. Say, Forest Gas recruitment is another pipeline for their fraudulent appropriations. Does it mean our security operatives are so incapacitated and incompetent, for crying out loud? What about all the so-called funds deployed for purchase of ammunition? I guess that these cases of insecurity are government arrangements. Up till now, the abducted school children, teachers are yet to be resolved, and some APC governors are sharing customized pants underwears to their people. It is a shame that people's elder is speaking. All right. Wow. On that very beautiful note, we are going to be rounding up the newspaper. We'll take more messages when we come back from this timeout, because it's time for us to visit our news desk to bring you the news update at 10. Don't touch that dial. We will be right back.
Echo FM.
Echo FM 100.7, the fresh news people.
This week to help those in need.
If you know that it's God Almighty that created you and created we Nigerians like you need to do good things for us because the masses are suffering. I have to suspend me here. Are we your slaves?
And I'm going to win this election.
That is the truth.
Stay informed with Echo FM 100.7. Join us for exclusive interviews with experts, breaking updates on local and global events, and in-depth coverage of issues impacting our community. Tune in every weekday at 6:30 a.m., 12 noon, 2 p.m., and 6 p.m. for our major news bulletin in English, Igbo,
Country people, this is not story time. On top, Echo
and Pidgin language. For more inquiries, you can reach us through our email, echofm@thekingmail.com. You can follow us on our social media handles at Echo FM. Echo FM 100.7 Owerri. We are the fresh news people.
The federal government has extended a screening exercise for Nigerian nationals in South Africa who have indicated interest in returning home, with the exercise now scheduled to end on June 10, 2026. According to the ministry spokesperson, Kimiebi Ebiemfa, more than 500 Nigerians have so far been screened and cleared for evacuation. He further disclosed that President Bola Tinubu had approved 5 evacuation flights to facilitate the return of affected Nigerians. The national leader of persons with disabilities, PWDs, in the African Democratic Congress, Chike Okogo, has called for a broader approach to addressing Nigeria's security challenges, emphasizing the need for effective governance, accountability, and institutional reforms alongside security operations. According to him, improving cooperation among institutions and strengthening accountability mechanisms would contribute to more effective security outcomes. The Nigerian Air Force has deployed an area surveillance aircraft to support efforts to rescue teachers and pupils abducted from Yawota and Ahori East Esinele communities in Orire local government area of Oyo State. A statement by NAF spokesperson Air Commodore Ehime Ejodame stated that Governor Seyi Makinde appealed to residents of the affected communities and the state at large to remain patient and support ongoing security operations. The Nigerian Defense Academy has dismissed reports alleging that prospective candidates were excluded from admission into its 78 regular course due to the closure of its application portal. The Academy described the allegations as inaccurate and inconsistent with the realities of its admission process. The Academy's public relations officer, Major Ruben Kovangia, stated that the NDA operates a structured, time-bound admission process to ensure effective planning and conduct of screening exercises. And in the world of business, the Federal Competition and Consumer Protection Commission has refuted reports claiming that President Bola Tinubu approved plans to open Nigeria's airtime credit market to 9 new operators, saying it was neither aware of nor involved in the claims attributed to it. FCCPC maintained that it had no involvement in the reported approvals and reiterated that the regulatory framework under which the firms were reportedly approved remains suspended. And in sports, Christian Eriksen collapsed for the second time during a football match during Denmark's friendly against Ukraine in Odense. The incident came 5 years after Eriksen, 34, suffered a cardiac arrest during a European Championship match against Finland. The association statement noted that Eriksen will now undergo further examinations at the hospital to determine what caused the incident. The player sent his regards to all the players and told them that he was okay. On the foreign scene, President Donald Trump abruptly ended an interview after a heated exchange with moderator Kristen Welker on his claims that California's primary elections were rigged. Discussing the June 2nd California primary elections, Trump claimed that Republicans were dropping fast because it's a rigged election. The exchange grew increasingly confrontational as Trump accused election officials and media of dishonesty. Moments later, the president decided to end the interview. And that is all for the news update at 10, brought to you by our news desk. For more information and inquiry, visit our social media platforms. On Facebook is Echo FM. On X at Echo FM_Owerri. On Instagram and YouTube is Echo FM 100.7. You can listen to us anywhere in the world by clicking on www.echofm.net. And that is the news update at 10. Thank you for listening. Stay with us.
So what else are you looking for? We have all the shows and programs to keep you entertained and informed as you navigate your day. Keep your radio dial locked on Echo FM 100.7. Don't touch your radio dial.
Yo, what's up? Baby, let's go.
Echo FM.
Don't touch that dial.
We are the fresh news people. Echo FM 100.7.
Welcome back to the show, everybody. It's still Straight Talk live on Echo FM 100.7. All right, we go straight into the conversation after we take some of these messages that have been here for a while now. Let's not pile them up. Okay, we start off with the electrifying Engineer Buka texting from Futo. Well, the kidnapping of the APC chairman in Kebbi State should be treated as a practical experiment in the laboratory of national security. In chemistry, a solution may appear crystal clear and stable to the naked eyes, but only a proper reaction test can reveal whether its composition is truly balanced. Likewise, repeated praises and optimistic declarations cannot alter the actual chemical properties of a failing system. A catalyst is expected to accelerate a desired reaction without losing its effectiveness, while inhibitors are designed to suppress unwanted reactions before they become uncontrollable. However, when the catalyst becomes poisoned or the inhibitor is depleted, the reaction pathway changes, activation energy barriers collapse, and dangerous chain reactions begin to dominate the process. The unfortunate incident in Kebbi State raises serious questions about whether the national security catalyst is still active or whether its protective inhibitors have been exhausted. Chemistry teaches that equilibrium is not maintained by rhetorics, but by the continuous balancing of forward and reverse reaction. Once equilibrium is disturbed and corrective measures are absent, the entire system drifts towards instability until a new and often undesirable state is reached. The same principle applies to governance and security. Confidence must be reinforced by measurable performance, not merely by repeated assurances. No amount of verbal endorsement can change the outcome of an experiment whose observable results points in another direction. Just as laboratory data on time ultimately determines the success or failure of a chemical process, the effectiveness of any security and architecture should be judged by its ability to prevent threats, protect lives, and maintain stability. Where these objectives are not consistently achieved, the reaction continues to require urgent recalibration before the system experiences further decomposition. The message from Engineer Buka, texting from Futo. Thank you very much, Engineer Buka, for that wonderful piece. Good morning, Barry Cosmos, the czar of the media. The news that the federal government is bragging about the success of the NEL Fund scheme is not correct. Nothing that has been happening on the scheme for some time now. There are fears that the scheme has either been abandoned or suspended. You can make your verifications from potential beneficiaries, the students. Elder Charles sent in that one. We also have this one from Degboro. One on the presiding bishop on radio for Wiki is making empty noise. I thank God that Serap has won their case, their first case. But the question is, will it stand? Barry, why can't the security agencies use the same method they used to rescue the minister's sister to rescue the Oyo kidnapped pupils? Delemon Modu is looking for money. That is why he has continued to support Atiku. Comrade Chris Ogbonna, JP, Church of Presentation, Umuguma. Thank you very much for your message. Good morning, Barry, the Radio Marshal, the Burukutu One, and Prince Chiadozie and Womere, writing from Owerri. Barrio, this Tinubu's government cannot give Nigerians effective governance because he is corrupt, so he cannot give what he doesn't have. In fact, this Tinubu's government is wasting Nigeria's precious time to progress. The Nigerian judiciary seems to have woken up from sleep, but we are there, watching everything go wrong. My brother, Nigeria is not a serious country. In insecurity, this government is playing politics with the lives of Nigerians, and it's too bad. As a matter of fact, we cannot continue with the kind of failed government and failed leadership of Tinubu. It's only sycophants that belong to a society that sees black and call it white. That is the person that will support this failed government. My brother, Nigeria cannot continue living in this trial and error. All we need is electronic real-time transmission of results so that a competent and credible leader will emerge. Because Nigeria is not only owing Tinubu anything, so he must not rule us again. Let a good person take over so that Nigeria can have peace. I rest my case. I'm Prince Chi Edozie Onwomere. All right, that's the gospel according to Chiedes Onwomere. Okay, Umogboro John Bosco Ike Chuku from Mbidi says, good morning, Mr. Barry. It has become more than obvious that Atiku's camp Lord Obi into ADC to utilize his popularity and wide acceptance to ride on his back to victory. But Obi being very smart and screwed, just like the proverbial man who went to dine with the devil didn't forget to go with his long spoon. And when it was time, leave the dining table, he was already at a safe distance to take his flight. Now, seeing that they couldn't trap him in ADC, they are now resorting to belittling his popularity. But you can only tell a blind man that there is no oil in the soup, but definitely not salt. When the dynamism of power is gone, power mongers rest in the mechanism of deceit. Nigerians are now more than aware politically. And this other one says, good morning, my good friend. Okay. Okay, this your message is Dancing Skelewu with me. All right, it says, good morning, my good friend Barry and listeners. I'm calling Soswago, a.k.a. Motion, texting from Imo Poly. He says, there are things the federal government is not telling us about the insecurity in Nigeria. We heard that some kidnapped victims have been released. What happened to the kidnappers? Were they arrested or killed? I strongly believe that there are top people in government whose hands are in these insecurities in Nigeria. If our security personnel are serious, they can easily track the bandits and arrest them. If I may ask, what is still holding Trump from the promise he made to help flush out bandits in Nigeria? Well, a motion from Imo Poly. All right, thank you very much, Motion. On that note, let's move to what we have to discuss today, the state of the nation. Now, a lot of us have forgotten. Yeah, I use that word forgotten because it's very, very true that we have forgotten that there was a time in this country, the then EFCC minister, that is the EFCC chairman, Nuhu Ribadu, appeared before the National Assembly in September 2006. He did not submit any exclusive list, of course, but he labeled some governors the most corrupt governors. Can you remember that? He famously informed the Senate that 31 of the Nigerian 36 state governors were on a watch list and are being investigated for corruption and money laundering. All right, during his presentation, he specifically mentioned that officials and council chairmen from 15 of these states have established cases against them, while the definite most corrupt list he gave involved the following. Just listen, I know where I'm going with this, all right? He mentioned James Ibori, who was then the Delta State governor. He was later tried, convicted, and imprisoned for money laundering in UK and all that. Now, listen to these other names that he mentioned as the most corrupt governors in 2006. After James Ibori, we have Orji Uzor Kalu of Abia State. Today, Orji Uzor Kalu is where? The Nigerian Senate. Bola Ahmed Tinubu of Lagos State. Today, Bola Ahmed Tinubu is the president of Nigeria. Ahmed Sani Yerima of Zamfara State. George Akume of Benue State. Today, George Akume is the SSG to the federal government. Chimaroke Nnamani of Enugu State is senator. Are you thinking what I'm thinking? But guess what? The person who brought this list to Nigerians was Nuhu Ribadu. What is Nuhu Ribadu's position today? He's a national security advisor to the same most corrupt governor who is the president. Oh, me tabo. The state of the nation. When you put these people whom you have regarded as the most corrupt people in Nigeria as at 2006, and you are serving under the administration with the same people, you, as the EFCC chairman, told Nigerians these are the most corrupt people in this country. What changed? So what does that tell you? The same man who was supposed to prosecute these people is now the national security advisor to the same person he was accusing. So how would security be there in the country? I'm just asking a question. I'm not insinuating nothing. I'm just asking a harmless question. Okay, the state of the nation. When you take a look at this, they talk about corruption, corruption, corruption. These same people are the ones leading Nigeria in every most important aspect of our nation. And one of the governors also mentioned was Akpabio of Akwa Ibom State as at that time. What is Akpabio today? The Senate president. He was among one of the 15 persons they said they have cases since 2006. Today, Akpabio is the Senate president. What does that tell you? The state of the nation. Let's take a look at Nigeria. Our nation is facing all manner of stress, all manner of strain, whatever you can call it. But the same people who were accused are now the leaders. Do we expect anything different from these people? Simple question. Need answers from you, the listener. What do you get? What do you make of this one? The state of the nation. Former Governor Wike said that when people were kidnapped in Abuja, nobody protested. Why is it that it is now that they have kidnapped in Oyo State that people are going into the street to protest? The state of the nation. When we have leaders talking like this, what do you expect? Then we have videos, comments from people who have paid ransom, giving their own ordeal. True or false, there is nothing to counter whatever they have said so far of Nigerian military being on checkpoints road leading to drop zone for where, ransom money will be paid, demanding to collect from that money. Wow. The state of the nation. What do you expect from people like that? Will they help stop insecurity? Well, I don't want to talk much today. I want you to do the talking. So I've let the cat out of the bag. So the state of the nation. Can you tell me, if we have this scenario, can anything good come out of this? Big question. The state of the nation. Everybody, let's go talking. 0911 20022 or 0707 454 1014. Those are the numbers to call. Good morning and welcome.
Yeah, good morning, Barry.
Mommy don't call today. What are the pass, Gary? Welcome.
How are you, Barry? Thank you.
Man.
Someone never on the line.
Gotta go,
but you see, when I say that the lawmakers are the problems of this country, you now see what I'm talking about.
All right.
I hope they will return this money. Lawmaking is supposed to be a part-time thing, as in other times. But here we are, with lawmakers, insensitive lawmakers who are after their selfish interest and not for the masses. Now it's time to start holding them accountable. You see, on attainment of independence, Nigeria could at least boast of less corrupt and less dishonest lawmakers. Those who were accountable and responsible to their people, the electorate. These representatives were known to their people. Leaders then knew the meaning of shame, and many did not involve themselves in shameful acts, as making names were of paramount priorities to them. Even those who stole did so with shame and trembling, and so with limitation. But today, it is crushingly so sad that The leaders we have today, corruption has eaten deep into their fabrics. That in place of honor and praise, their constituents groan, weep, abuse, and curse them. That's what we get when mediocrity is enthroned in place of meritocracy. Let's shine our eyes as 2027 is around the corner. A new Nigeria is very possible. Thanks. Have a nice day.
Thank you very much, Dr. Mrs. Umma Olevera. Hello, good morning.
Gracious morning, Barry.
I greet you.
Ugo Stevens, I call from Emabia.
Okay.
Barry, there was a time on NTA Newsline by Frank Olize.
Yeah?
You remember him?
Yeah, Frank Olize of the Newsline every Sunday, right?
Newsline NTA. He sent a reporter on the streets of Lagos and Abuja. And the reporter met one man carrying a file, sweating all over. And he asked him exact question, what do you think of the state of the nation? That was during Abacha era. And the man screamed, state of the nation, state of the nation. Hey, the state of the nation, we're in a state of Armageddon. Right. And Frank
Hello, Nze. Oh, come on. I want that story. Hello? Oh, no, network. Aye. Oh, network don't misbehave. Sorry, Dari. Good morning.
Good morning, Barry Cosmas, my very good friend.
Welcome aboard.
How are you doing? And happy Monday morning.
I'm great. Thank you.
Yes. My name is Chijudu Ubaja. I usually come from Duchi, Zoginemo State. Barry, my response to your question is very simple. You know, there is this saying that an accused is presumed innocent until otherwise convicted by or proven by a court of competent jurisdiction.
Okay.
Yeah, the Bible actually accused this group of Nigerians, but he was unable to prosecute to obtain their conviction. So to the best of my knowledge, I don't think we should believe that, they are guilty. Since there was no court of law that actually prosecuted to convict them. That is a simple logic there. Well, and again, I want to tell you that even if you are who disagrees with them, then, in politics, there is no permanent friend or permanent enemy. All you have is permanent interest.
Okay.
Incidentally, most of these people you mentioned are sharing the same political belief with anyone who have to demand it now. Regardless of the position is occupying, he cannot go ahead and begin to accuse them. It is there for people like you and me, but if we think that they are doing anything that is wrong, we can feel free to challenge them in court or drag them to court. But what is above the law? That is my honest and candid submission. Thank you very much, and God bless you.
All right, thank you very, very much. Well, I just want to try and understand what you're trying to say. Of course, if you disagree, you can go to court. That's always the language of people. These days we hear, go to court, go to court, go to court. All right, no wala. Good morning.
Good morning, Barry. God bless you, my brother. Buru Buru.
I greet you. Amen.
I know this is my first time of calling. And it seems
a bell of blessing for you.
It was eyes from Umbise.
All right.
Yeah, the truth of the issue is that we know all those things. You know all these things. Everybody that the less Nigeria. I thank God for Obasanjo bringing this technology of cell phone in Nigeria. So it is easy now for us to access everything. The Eagles Barry is watching closely. We are informed. Now I want to speak about the Kalu issue and to summarize the whole thing. Let Nigerian government bring their egos down. Let them just bring their egos, go back to Sokoto, kneel down to that man and ask him, what is the way forward? Barry, I'm speaking with you. I was following that particular court proceeding. And that man was shouting. Barry, that day, tears fell down from my eyes. All the Igbo, everybody was... call them politicians, call them all of them we are watching, and that man was that man was crying out family in the court. He said, show me. Now, yesterday I was going through his words, 2009, where he prophesied about what is happening right today before our very eyes. And I was wondering if it is Bishop Onedibu or Redeem or whatsoever Christian that prophesy about this should have taken the best prophet of the year. But this time, that man keep repeating, and up to where we are today. And I heard the other caller saying that we should arm the group and we'll clap our soldiers. The more we give more weapons, the more things got worse.
Okay.
You know, during the administration of Rocha Sokorocha, he came, he recruited people, most security watch, he pumped them with ammunition. I was the compassion then or what? But you ask me, when that man left office, where was all those guns? Were they submitted back? No.
All right. Thank you, my brother. Thank you.
So,
all right. Thank you, my brother. So, sorry, time is not our friend, so we can take more callers. Good morning.
Good morning once again, Mr. Barry.
I greet you.
Olumbife Onyeze Ezelobo.
All right.
Barry, on the insecurity in this country called Nigeria for now. Do you know that the Methodist prominent, the one they kidnapped at Okigwe Enugu Express Road, once again told us that the Nigerian military knows what they are doing. Their hand is in the insecurity in this country. We find ourselves for now called Nigeria. Mr. Barry, you can go to Nekede police station, where they have the training college there. One of the suspects of killing of a security personnel, the security active at either Zubud or whatever, one of the Fulanis was arrested. Do you know that the military in Obris went to police station to rescue the suspect under the police dungeon? You see how the military are sabotaging the insecurity in this country. We find ourselves called Nigeria for now. I keep on saying it. Let us go back to drawing board. First of all, if you want to get it right in this country called Nigeria for now, let us use Chinese and Philippines law. Death sentence on anybody that stole the public fund. If not, Barry, we are heading nowhere. You see how you mentioned them. All of them, the crooks that is covering this government, they are all in the system now. Is borrowing and be looting, and at the same time, creating insecurity in this country that we are calling Nigeria for now. Barry, which way Nigeria? Somebody is saying it in the music.
Thank you.
So until we find a way for Nigeria, we cannot get it right. That's my take this morning. Thank you and God bless.
All right, thank you very much. If you are just joining us, you are live on Echo FM 100.7. The state of the nation is what we're discussing today. Insecurity, corruption, and all that. Politically, the political primaries have been done, and now presidential candidates and state governors and every other thing has emerged. The NDC have since released their list, and of course, those who have made it are now happy. Those who have not made it, well, we are still waiting for the APC and everybody to release so that you know who are your candidates. But the fact remains that the state of the nation is nothing to write home about right now. Nigerians are grappling with high cost. Nigeria are grappling with insecurity. We are also struggling to even see cooking gas because the gas now is 1819 per kg, and that's not funny. And these are the very necessary things that one needs to survive in this country. So when you take a look at this nation, how gloomy is it? How secured can we be? Even salaries are being withheld, but people are owed, some people have been paid. I mean, private sector is the one suffering the most. No lights. These are all issues people are grappling with. But the Tinubu's administration has made some efforts to try to correct this. We're hearing that the power generated cannot be distributed because you generate, you can't distribute. The distribution chain is faulty. So they can't even carry about 4,000. So for us to even get light, it's not about generation, it's about distribution. So the distribution chain is really affected. So this is also part of the state of the nation. So while we are heading towards 2027 elections, some of these programs we do is to x-ray most of these things so that you see them and make a decision. What will be your decision is what we are asking this beautiful morning. What will be your decision? Maintain status quo or do something about it with your PVC. If you don't have a PVC, you don't even have a right to complain. I've been saying this all the time. If you're not going to vote, don't even think about complaining, because if you don't vote, that shall not complain. It means if you don't vote, it means you're enjoying what you see, and you have to give kudos to those in government. That means you want them to remain there. If you want them to change, that means you have to go there and vote them out. But if you know they are angel, go there and vote them in. That's exactly what democracy is supposed to be. Make choices. So, but we don't want anybody to turn this into ethnic, religion, and all those things like they always do. Remember, politicians do this only when there's election. Have you ever asked yourself, people, that the entire politicians who are in government, they all belong to different ethnic group, different parties, different religion, but they're not the quarrel with themselves. It's always you that is outside quarreling with yourselves. It's from my side, it's not from my side. And at the end of the day, you continuously keep the nation in this point where we are. So today, when we're looking at the state of the nation, it's an open discussion. So everybody, look at where you are. Do you want it to remain that way? If you don't want it, do something about it. If you want it, fine and good. It's a very simple thing. So while we respect the wishes of everybody, remember, your decision you make today would affect you tomorrow. The decision we made in 2023 is affecting us today. Somebody will say, yes, I vote here, INEC did this, INEC did that. But that in itself was a decision. So the decision we make today will affect us tomorrow. So let's change the state of our nation going forward. All right, we'll continue with the conversation. I've told you about the cases of the EFCC against the likes of Akpabio, Tinubu, Ojo Zakalo, who are leaders now, George Akume, and the rest of them. Now, check the states of these people, every one of them, in Abia State, in Benue State, and the rest of them. How was the state when they left it? How is it now? You can blame people all you want, but when they were there, how was it now? So let's take a look at this and provide solutions. Good morning. Welcome to the State of the Nation. Please turn down the volume on your radio. Turn it down, turn it down, turn it down. All right, thank you. Name and submission.
Good morning, Barry.
I greet you.
I'm Ezina from Viviezina.
Okay.
My dear brother, our leaders are responsible for a problem. Particularly this herdsmen attack or kidnapping. I can remember in 2022.
How are they responsible? Can you tell me how they are responsible?
Yes, that's what I want to say now.
Okay.
In 2022 July, then Governor Tong was the governor of Akwa Ibom State. 18 Fulani herdsmen militias were captured by the vigilante group in Akwa Ibom, taken to the police, and the police authority released 18 of them and gave them back their rifle. These people were in a fake army uniform. They found they are not soldiers, but they are militia. They gave them their rifle. So these people were so this is why I say that our leaders and the government are responsible for this problem in Nigeria. So they should be changed and do better things. Thank you.
All right, thank you. Now, when we hear things like this, I hope you know that the action of one bad police officer or one bad army officer does not define the government. So when we say the government is aware, the government are the ones doing this, we should be able to substantiate that the action of one person does not define the entire government. So we should refrain from making those bogus, callous statements that generalize things of action of one person. Yeah, I know the buck falls on the table of the president. He has to bear the consequences of the action of the people who are working under him. We know that, but also we should guide our utterances. Thank you very much. Good morning. Hello.
Hello, Dayo.
Greet me.
Thank you. This is Advance back.
Okay.
Dayo, I told you the state of Amankaneme.
Okay.
Where people are confused, where they don't know what to do, state of despair, state of confusion, state of not knowing what to do. Now, I give you another incident that happened here in Imo. The former governor of Imo State, Governor Culture, had a rift with the APC at the national level over APC primary. And he came back home and gathered people at ICC and said to them that the problem in APC has lost metabolism. Have you heard that word before? Fine. Nigeria has lost metabolism. We are in a state of farm and academic. The only way out is to have a Jerry rally to bring us revolution. They are led Zogu coup first, Gideon Oka coup first. The only option here is 2027 will be a reality. It's for people to wake up and take their life into their own hands, not destiny. If we don't have destiny again, what is left is our life. If we don't do it, Barry, I might go to Kenya. God bless you.
Very funny. Ogami, no go Kenya. We still need you here. I don't know where they run to go. All right, let's take some messages on our Facebook right now. Okay, we have messages on our Facebook. Starting with this beautiful one here. Okay, quite a lot of them. Julie Nasike, good morning, my eloquent and majestic Barry Kossi. It is very worrisome and terribly disheartening that at this age and time in our already distressed country, 110 billion naira is being allocated to National Assemblymen to purchase vehicles, one of the ones they were using before now. Barry, please help me ask this, our rulers. Are we running democracy in this country or political jamboree? Ezine Lady Julie Nasike sent in that one. All right, we also have Justice Onyekachi Ekuwa. Upgrading the former Okigwe to FMC is a great milestone in our healthcare system. Kudos to Governor Hope Uzodinma. Kachisin Ekuwa from Avo. Thank you very much, Kachisin. Callistus Chinonso says, good morning, my good friend Barry and the listener. I think I've taken that one. Callistus, that is from Imo Poli. Timothy Henacho says, good morning, Barry Cosmos. I enjoy your program. Please keep it up. Thank you very much. Chinado Ekuoma Dances just send me emojis. Thank you very much for your love and appreciation. Ukbong Iyele, that is Enyanam the Blues Man. He says, good morning, Barry Cosmos. My name is Iyenam Nwa Afi Igbo, the only son of Akwa Ibom. Federal government are throwing stones in a glass house. Okay. They're throwing stones in a glass house. They own the judiciary, I know, and shall tell. For the issue of gas costs. Gas cost now is almost 2,000 per kg. How much is it going to be a plate of food? This government has spoiled woefully, nothing to write home about. What I know, very soon, kidnappers will kidnap a bandit. Boko Haram will kidnap ISWAP. ISWAP will kidnap terrorists. Thank you, God, and God bless you. Amesiere. All right, Amesiere. Okay, we also have this one from Harrison Onyedika. Says, good morning, Barry and the listener. I'm Harry Moore, texting from Polynecade I think our politicians know everything about the insecurity in Nigeria. Secondly, the federal government should go and arrest Sunday Igboho to give a proof about what he said. All right. We also have this one from Uchenna Onokogo. Gracias, Mr. Barry, the radio marshal and the presiding bishop of this ministry. Nigeria will never succumb to terrorism and banditry accepted. But the ugly menace has already engulfed the country. FG should fish out those sponsoring insecurity and killings in Nigeria. The needful should be done with immediate effect. FG should declare state of emergency on insecurity. Nwogo Darlington says, Hi, Echo FM. Calvary greeting from Engineer Nwogo Darlington. MOH, Opera Bishop, Texan from Wedra Road. I'm looking forward to seeing a new Nigeria begin with us, though we complain and lament bitter because of the state of our nation, called Nigeria for now. According to my brother Eze Lobo from Mbise, please let make difference by voting right and protect our vote on our respective polling booths. I rest my case. Heaven at last. Thank you very much, MOH. AS Electrica, some of the people shouting today, rise and 5K will make them still vote for the president or the present government. AS Electrica, thank you very, very much. God bless you for your contribution. Okay, let's take another caller. Good morning.
Good morning, buddy.
Kari is in the building. Good morning. Welcome aboard. Happy New Year. We are fine. Thank you very much.
Yeah, Caritas from about 2006, and the people involved are now at the helm of affairs. Very. I'm afraid this country looks as it is cost.
Oh.
Yes. Now that even none of those ones have interest of this country at heart, and there's no integrity. None of them thinks of integrity or anything. And now that they have kidnapped the government, have kidnapped the government and kidnapped everybody in this country. Then what are we going to do? Are we not under cost? We're under cost. Unless God frees us. Imagine somebody who reported them that they are so and so on, and now that it's their turn, he's serving them. What else can we do? We remain at the mercy of God, and may God in his infinite mercy turn his eyes of mercy on us, otherwise things will get worse than this.
Thank you. Thank you very much, Madam Caritas, for your message. Okay, this one says, Barry Cosmos, one of Echo FM. Happy morning. Any government overwhelmed by insecurity means it is complicit. Probably the party in power wants to ride on the insurgencies to capture power. NAS appropriating funds for themselves is not only criminal, but evidence of gang of corrupt, shameless streets. Come on, that's not funny. No wonder they keep standing on the mandate of fraud and evil. APC is a contraception or contraption of evil perpetrators and terrorists. What a country. Elder Chijeke, pipe down, cool down. All right. We also have this other one from our brother Damian Diala from Nekede Old Road. He says, good morning, Barry. The only real threat to Mr. President and APC for 2027 presidential election is Peter Obi and not Atiku. Peter Obi, as of today, is loved by over 60% of Nigerians. They see him as the only person that can bring Nigeria out of this quagmire. APC and Tinubu don't have what it takes to give Nigerians good governance. APC has run out of ideas. Please let Peter Obi come and liberate us. We are in bondage. Damian Diala from Nekede Old Road. Thank you very much for your message. And of course, we have this one says, good morning, Barry. The only real threat, okay, I think I've taken that. See that this is destructive spirit of I, Mama, I, me, and myself alone at work in the Senate. 110 billion naira for their comfort. But pensioners are finding it difficult to get their contributive pension money and no social security for citizens out of the labor market. That is why I keep asking, what is so wrong in loving your own people? For without love, nothing has value, says the Princess G. Glad, the spirit of I, Mama, I, me, and my alone. Oh, God. Oh, my God. That one enter. Thank you very much, the Princess G. Glad. Okay. This destructive spirit should be sent away from our brains. All right. We have the son Umagbro John Bosco from Mbidi says, I've always maintained that why corruption will not go in Nigeria is because corruption cannot fight corruption. Some crop of people who make us day and brought us to this ugly state of the state we find ourselves currently are still recycling themselves in the corridors of power. Hence, it will be foolhardy to expect a different result. Before now, our public office holders used to steal at least with some restraint and conscience. This could be seen in the amount stolen then, tens of hundreds of millions, and stolen then. Today, they no longer steal. They embezzle billions mindlessly, and soonest it will be in trillions. And by then, this country will already be bleeding to death economically. All right. Thank you very much. Barry, I have told you time without number that what we have is a criminal enterprise. Recall the theory of Alibaba and the 40 thieves. Who are the financiers of insecurity? Who are those on the list of EFCC and ICPC in government? Do you know that the present dispensation activities are calculated to create crisis so that this country can disintegrate? It is unfortunate the people's elder is speaking. All right, this is getting very nasty here. Good morning, Sabari. The irony of power from accuser to advisor in 2006, all right? In 2006, Nigeria watched a moment of rare bluntness. The EFCC boss stood before the National Assembly and declared that 31 out of 36 state governors were corrupt. Fast forward to 2026. The same man who made that statement is now the National Security Advisor and is perhaps one of the very governors he listed that day. The governor is not president. I am not capping. This isn't a movie's plot. It is our political reality. 2 decades later, the script hasn't changed much. Many of the same names, the same cycles, the same chairs at the table. If we are serious about progress, we have to talk about this kind of irony because memory is short, but consciences are long. All right, it's a lest I forget, Sabari. If you want to buy gas, please make sure that you go with a broom alongside your cylinder. Why now? You'll be given a 50% discount. My PVC will speak for me come January. Stan from Owerri. I should go with a broom. Okay. Oh, Jesus. I never understand what you mean. Because broom signifies APC. All right. Stan, you got me there. Okay. Thank you. Okay. We have Juju from Ikwere. Says, Dababare, good morning and happy new week. President Tinubu and Senate President and co should apologize to Nigeria. It's too late to apologize. 2, repentant bandits are free, while Prophet Kalu Nnamdi is still in detention. There is God. Oh. Corruption leaders are in Senate, in various high-ranking offices, like former governor of Kogi, Yaya Bello, Wike Akpabio, and so on. Join APC and your sins will be forgiven. I wish to thank Uche for buying bicycle for Clara. Have a nice day. Where the bicycle? Uche, you don't buy Clara bicycle. I don't know. Clara, where the bicycle? You can't come walk. Okay, let me just take 2 more calls before we call it a wrap. Thank you. Good morning. You just have to waste that space. Really? Good morning.
Good morning, Barry.
I greet you.
Chief Bright Agu is my name.
And
I'm calling from Ohabele, London, in Obosema. Barry Cosmos.
Yes, sir.
I strongly believe that nothing good will come out of this shameless government we are into. How can somebody who was found to be the most corrupt governor be the president now? I mean, 2006, he was the most corrupt governor. Now he is the present president of Nigeria. Gathered his cohorts, the SSG and Abio, the Senate president. We have seen our brother, Ojo Zokalo. They came together to slaughter Nigeria. And that is what we are witnessing. I thank God. A decent P2B is the Messiah Nigeria is looking for and waiting for.
Thank you very much.
P2B must come and rescue Nigeria. My name remains Chief Bright. Thank you, Barry.
All right, thank you very much, Chief Bright. Okay, I need to also make this clarification that these were just allegations Nuhu Ribadu put before this Nigerian Assembly. Nothing was in court, no conviction, no trial. Most of them were taken aback. You know, time passed. He wasn't going to court. Some of them were cleared. President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, in particular, was, interrogated by the Code of Conduct Tribunal, or Bureau. And, of course, one of the cases President Bola Ahmed Tinubu was accused of was having an offshore account while a governor, which is not supposed to be. He said he maintained that governor. But at the end of the day, nothing came out of that. So being accused doesn't mean you're guilty. And, of course, Ribadu then. While we are bringing up these issues, these are the same people that have been in government, in governance, either in president or governor or senate. They keep just going in vicious cycle. They just keep going round and round and round and round and round. There's not been an outsider who came in with a different mindset and a different idea. Why? Because of party politics. So everybody just unite in this country, leave trouble for where trouble day. Let's try and make this country a better place. Just before we go, let me take these last messages that came in. It's a good morning, Barry, and happy new week. My name is Felix Nwozo, texting from Umuahia. Okpobolo telling Nigerians that we should, for Mr. President, ABD our leaders. How can we be praying for leaders that the presence of God and wisdom have departed from? And again, Nigerian problems are far beyond prayers now, but need a serious action. From prayers without action is dead and useless. Thanks, and enjoy your day ahead. All right, this one says, good morning, buddy. One name, and one Chuku Elias Jr. from Ogbako. The problem of this Nigeria concurrent chaos is a result of non-functioning of the other arms of government. They allow themselves to be trampled by the executive. Now the music is playing, the people are dancing, and dying. Nigeria is finished. Says fini, or Sefini. All right, that's what he is trying to say. And Barry, good morning. Guru One on radio. Barry, the state of the nation is better described as failed and doomed. Only one thing can save, and that remains the Aburi Accord, and that captured all the solution. We must go back to the confederation system of government based on the 6 geopolitical zones for Nigeria to be rescued. Otherwise, I fear there is no solution. These people in power are one just like a cult group and have only their interests in mind and not the project Nigeria. Kudos to my governor, and I'm proud of him. Henry Naje from a farmer market, Old Road Nekade. And finally, beautiful morning once again, my eloquent and majestic Barry Kosi. Your revolution this morning is overwhelming. This is very serious indeed. We can now see where our problems are coming from. Barry, may God bless your journalistic life. Is in Lady Julie Nasike. Thank you very much. That's the much you'll be taking for today. I hope you did enjoy yourself. You were informed, enlightened, and refreshed this very beautiful morning. This state of the nation is gloomy, but there is nothing we can do that than to keep working, keep praying. The social and political climate is not friendly. The governance and infrastructure is not anything to write home about, but definitely we are on challenges of economic realities and security challenges, but we will overcome that. We will overcome it. That is just what I know. We will overcome it. When is what I don't know, but the only when and time is when you decide to make a difference by going out there and using up your PVC to get the right leaders in the right places.